Good morning, everybody. It's Annie from Melbourne. I thought I'd pop on this morning just to share some things that I've been making. It's a little bit overcast today, but I wanted to come on to show you what I've been up to because I've been enjoying a lot of your videos and hearing from some of you people that I know, not only on the internet but also in private life. I've been hearing what you're up to, so I thought I'd just touch base and tell you what I've been doing. First thing you might notice is that I'm wearing Soldotna, and it's nearly finished. I've just got to sew in a few loose ends, and I wonder if you can see if there's something different. Have a look on my sleeves because I was a bit lazy. I don't have to show you what I'm doing wrong, but I will because it's a good learning curve for me. So at the end, when I'm doing the little bind-offs here, I used the Andrew and Mary stretchy bind-off. I had a look at some different stretchy bind-offs, and I used, can you see this one's a little bit bigger and wider. So I've used a 4mm needle. I kept using the same needle that I used all through here and did a stretchy bind off, which is obviously a bit wide. I don't mind it, it's like a little cap sleeve. And then I decided I should have done it the proper way, and I ripped out this side here and I used 3mm needles and just did a regular bind off. And I thought I'd show you the difference because some of you guys who are very good at knitting would obviously get rid of this one, but when I look at it in the viewfinder, I don't think anyone will notice too much apart from knitters and me. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to show you, I'm really thrilled with it. It is a crop one, and I did make it a little bit longer, about a couple of more inches longer than it's meant to be. And as I said before, it's using all scraps and yarns that I had in stash. Using some Kaylor Donegal tweed, some hedgehog fibre from an advent calendar last year. I had some beautiful Njord sock glitter Stellina Fab yarn from Cami Jo Knits, and some Yarvol grey sock yarn from Little Woolly Makes in Hastings. This rusty one here is I ordered some yarn from ages ago from overseas. Now I've forgotten the name of it. It's a big wool company. You'll know it, I'm sure. But this one was a sock yarn. It'll come to me later, I'm sorry. But again, these are all just scraps that I had. This is La Bien-Aimée of Yellow Brick Road I had in stash too. And it's actually turned into a little happy accident because down here, this main body bit here, my actual initial plan, I didn't plan out methodically. I sort of went with what I felt like, intuitive knitting. I wanted to feel and see what I felt at the time with my bits and pieces. But I did initially have quite a lot of this Kaylor Donegal, which I had started a crochet project with. And my intent was to have this darker, sort of a dark green, bluey fleck green as the main body, and then have which is now an opal sock yarn, a self-striping sock yarn. I would have that as the little, the dots in between, but I wasn't paying attention at the time, and I ended up following the graph the reverse way. And it's, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm not a really big red person, colourful person, but it's sort of it's not too in your face, and you can still see the defined dots of the navy blue Stellina coming out. And I just put a bit of Donegal down the bottom here to finish it off with. So yeah, it was a happy accident. In hindsight, I probably would prefer a darker, sort of a grungier colour down here, but I think I sort of managed to achieve that in some degree. This is probably the brightest area, which is okay, and like I said, I'm not really into all the brights, but I was quite intrigued how quickly it came up, and it was actually a total wing knit. I've had this, there's the pattern here. I've had this pattern in stash for a long time, and I've seen some of you guys make it. I've watched some tutorials of other people make it, and it's amazing how quickly it came up. It was just, I was sort of needing a break from the blankets, and I wanted to do something colourful and fun, and that's it. That's the one I'm doing now, or almost finished, just sort of teeing it up whether to change that to make it a little bit smaller and tighter. But David is a bit lazy and I might not want to do that, we'll see. So that's that one. And then I got so hooked by colour work, I did another one up here, and this is, you'll probably know this one. This is the Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter. And I just like the simplicity of the design. I've never really had a jumper that's sort of that low down there, so that'll be interesting to see what it wears like. But I really love the purity and simplicity of it, and I almost just went to have 1 or 2 blocks of pattern, 2 repeats of the pattern, but I am now, as you can see, on the final bit here. I'm just, I was working on a sleeve this morning over there. So I'm working on a sleeve now, but that's actually, I'm really pleased with that too. It's really been fun. I'm doing a size small because I've been looking up, I haven't gauge swatched, which I know that's naughty, and I didn't swatch for this one either, but I did do some research, and I did look up people who have made them and their sizing, and I know that's a bit dangerous to do when you do colour work, but I did look up people who have increased it, the sizing because this one in particular is all fingering weight, and I've never done colour work with fingering weight, whereas that one is 8 ply. So I do sometimes live on the edge, and but I think it'll be okay once it's blocked and stretched out there. Where am I looking? It's hard to see. You probably can see Rex in the background there. Rex is beautiful man that I procured in my teaching days, probably in the last, I've had him for about 5 years, and he's actually quite hard to part with. I've used him in the classroom many times for different props. He's been in my school concerts with my classes in different ways. Some staff have stolen him and put him in different parts of the school when I wasn't around, or and even when I brought him home during school holidays. He can actually scare people. If you get up in the middle of the night and you see a dark shadow, you might think it's a robber, but it's just Rex. And I love him. I just thought I'd show him to you. He was in a post office near my school, where I'm now retired, but I was teaching in a special school in the last 17 years, and before that high school. But he was in a post office near our school about 5 years ago. As you can see, he is selling reflex printing photocopied paper, and I every time the class and I went in there, I lusted after him, I'm ashamed to say, and I kept badgering the staff, and there were other people who were also interested in him for a promotion. So in the end, I think I was the one who won, because I'm so nice. But no, he's here to stay. I'm decluttering at the moment, and I'm trying to get rid of things I don't need, but I think Rexy boy's got to stay a little bit longer. So he doesn't stay in the house, he's in the study, in one of the rooms, but yeah, he's all right, isn't he? He's actually a well-known actor in Sydney in the theatre. I've forgotten his name now, but I nearly asked him to come and visit us once at school. But I digress, that's Rex. But my Tecumseh is coming along nicely, and the yarn I'm using for that is, I've got the last unnatural white one on the Swift at the moment, so I can't show you, but I had to order one more skein of that, so I'm using just now for the sleeves. But I actually ordered from Great Ocean Woolen Mills. I've ordered from them. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. It's this is the grey, mid grey that I also ordered to try out for another project. But this one here is it's an unnatural dyed creme, La Bella, and it's just amazing. It feels beautiful to knit with, and I'm really intrigued with Nick and Isabel's beautiful yarns, so I wanted to try that. And then I also ordered some from Little Woolly Makes in Hastings. Julie has got some amazing yarns. I've still got to go and get to that shop. I haven't been there yet, which I'd really love to do. But I ordered some merino fleck. I sort of wanted a tweedy look going on there for the contrast, and this is a beautiful heirloom merino fleck 8-ply tweed. It's got some beautiful flecks of all grey sort of taupey colours in there, so that was nice to throw in. And then this is a new one that she's got in on her online shop. This is a Inca, an alpaca sort of. I haven't got the ball band, I forgot to bring it with me, I'm sorry, but beautiful soft, lots of nips in it, blacks and greys and taupes, and I thought those two might be nice for the contrast there. So I'm really loving that, and I'm looking forward to blocking it. I'd like to see what that turns out like for blocking. It's almost getting too warm to wear something like that, and if I do decide to do another colour work, which I probably will, I will do fingering again. I think for our Aussie sort of autumn and even winters sometimes. Maybe winters, that's great, but for autumn or spring, this is the way to go for us in Australia. So yeah, I really want to go and check out Great Ocean Road Woolen Mills too, because and I've really got this new passion for undyed natural yarns and the colours of the sheep. So this is a new little rabbit hole I might go down soon. Here's just a few photos from our garden I took the other day. We've got some lovely flowers blooming at the moment, geraniums and daisies. Jasmine's starting to come out slowly, which is glorious. Polyanthus and peach flowers. It's been really beautiful outside. The sun's really warming us up, and it's just glorious to sit out there and knit and garden and repot and pull out weeds, you know, the jam. It's all good. All right. I normally wouldn't do this, and like I've told some of you before, I've only had one advent calendar ever, and that was last year, and that was a beautiful calendar that I got from Little Woolly Makes in Hastings, and I adored that calendar and made a nice blanket out of that. But I have been exploring other yarns this year as I've been growing in my knitting and crafting journey, and I have received 7, and I'm stopping there at 7. I'm not going to get the full 12 the set because don't need it, and also postage is quite pricey from overseas for a lot of things. So, but I have 7 beautiful little advent packages from Green Lambkin Yarn, as you see here in Derbyshire. And I thought it might be a little bit cheeky, but you know, hey, it's a gloomy old day today. I thought, let's open number 7 together right now, because they're sitting in my study looking at me, and you know, why not? Maybe something might be in here that I could use for a new project. It could be something I could gift. Might be good for a pair of socks, or you know, whatever. Let's have a look. So I did get 6 different yarns, Advent yarns from the Enchanted Forest Advent Club, and this is number 7. Are you ready? Let's go. Should sing a song or something, shouldn't I? On the first day
Advent. It's not really Advent, is it? Oh, what's in here? Let's have a look. Oh, it looks like some tea. Is that a tea? Oh, it's a Clipper tea. Rooibos tea. I actually drink this every day. I drink another brand, but I drink one or two cups of this every day. It's quite good for you. So that's nice. Thank you. And then number 7. What's it say in here? Turn it around. Mossy Stone. This one's called Mossy Stone. Oh, it's got stellina in it. Have a look at that. Oh, Mossy Stone. Do like a bit of glitter. That's a nice muted one. I like the muted greens. Wow, Mossy Stone. Stones covered in thick moss adorn the forest floor, making ideal perches for the fairy folk to rest and take in the night air before returning home to bed. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. Bit of glitter. Thank you. That's a beautiful one, and thank you for the tea. Can't see. Can't wait to see what's next. It's gorgeous.
Hi, it's me again. I wanted to come out here to my husband's studio because it's a little bit quieter and continue showing you a few things that I've got. But in relation to fibre and fabric. So I did mention this on Instagram a while ago that I have been looking on Facebook Marketplace, not only as a place to try and sell some of the blankets that I'm making for charity, but I also went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and I was really intrigued to find, just in our local area in the metropolitan area of Melbourne. Sorry, I'm drooling. So excited. No, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Just to get back on track. I found that a lot of people are selling knits, and not just knits from, oh, now I'm going to cough. Excuse me. Excuse me, gosh. They're selling knits, not just, from H&M or different places like that, but they're actually selling handmade knits, and I was really, really intrigued to see what was available. And, the prices, they're obviously second-hand, or they've been passed down, or might be from a deceased estate or something, but it just made me realize how precious things are and who made them, and why they're they have meaning, and where do they end up in the end. Having said that, the first knit, I just bought a couple, or 3 actually, but I'm showing you 2 today. The first one was cashmere. This is just a very simple medium-sized cashmere sweater. It's from COS, which is I think a UK brand, I think, or Italian, I'm not sure. But it's just pure cashmere, and it's really gorgeous and soft, and it does have a low neckline at the front here, but I can wear it backwards if I wanted to. And I don't tend to wear a lot of light coloured garments, but I just thought that's a good neutral to have when I wear my own scarves and wraps that I'm making. So that was quite interesting. That was only $30, and it's so soft and delicious, and I can't afford to buy cashmere, a whole jumper made out of cashmere from a shop, a brand name anymore. I used to, but I can't do that anymore. So that was a really nice find. And then the second one I wanted to show you, which I can wear together with that, and I did when we went to an opening of a art exhibition recently. I found, this was also on Facebook Marketplace. I'll just hold it up. I'm getting caught on my husband's easel. This is the softest, it's like a cloud. This is Angora, and this is a hand knitted someone has hand knitted this. I've got it the wrong way. Someone has hand knitted this cardie. I think it's some rabbit angora too, not goat. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but it just feels like it because I have knitted a rabbit angora before. Someone has made this cardigan. I know it looks really old school and old fashioned and everything, but the squish factor and the softness factor of this cardie is and little buttons which I can change if I wanted to, little sort of little crystally type of buttons. But I just found that, and this was like $25, and someone years ago made this cardie. Really good neck, really soft. It came from one of the posh suburbs. I think it was Malvern or Armidale, somewhere like that. And at that, I even paired those two together, a pair of jeans and some boots and a scarf, and I was good to go, and I was kept warm all day. So not only am I enjoying making my own knits now, but there's stuff on the marketplace. This one's obviously made in China, but just have a little browse around when you get a chance sometimes. There are people who are selling their knits, and they're so beautifully made and classics that you could wear down the track. So that's what I wanted to show you with the hand knits that I had discovered. And also I've been decluttering a little bit. I'm trying to get my small study at the back of the house ready for painting. I'm going to paint the whole lot and make it my little space, a room of one's own, as was it Virginia Woolf once said. That's what I need, a room of one's own. But I did find some photos, so I've been decluttering photos. Now I don't know if you can have a look at this one. You see this chick here, that's me. I'm not quite sure what age I am, but I know I was a flower girl for a couple of my aunties, and I do remember my mum buying that dress, and I remember the headband of little flowers, and that basket in particular was quite something special. I remember loving that basket for a long time. And then I also found this one, and that's with my Auntie Hilda. So I have a feeling I was at my Auntie Paula's as a little flower girl at my Auntie Paula's, my dad's sister. And then my dad had 7 sisters. This is Auntie Hilda, who's passed away now. She's one of the sisters as well, Dad's. And but you know what I'm trying to say, that I must have been a flower girl at her wedding as well. So I just found them interesting. Every now and again I find these photos of not only me but also other family members, and that's why I think I'm like a keeper of the past, because I like to share these photos with all the families. So I send them off on a sort of a group chat, or I might just send them by messenger to different people that they're about. So, but the reason I'm showing you these two is because I actually have the dress, and this is probably the only thing that I have fabric wise. So there's the dress, and I'm 63, remember, so I reckon I was probably, it looks like I'm a big girl there, like fairly, maybe 6 or 7 years old. But this is the actual dress. I went through the cupboard the other day, and this is the dress, and it looks really, can you see it there? Little cardie, little pink cardie. I mean, this was a pretty big deal. And there's even the little coat hangers it's been on. So Mum kept that and I kept it. I mean, I don't have children. I have lost a child, miscarriage, but we don't have children. But this dress has been in the cupboard for a long, long time, and it was a very special thing to wear. It was a big deal to go out in the 60s or late 60s and to get a little outfit for a family wedding. So there you go. It looks big in the photo, but it's actually quite tiny. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So if you've got any ideas, what do you do with all these things? I mean, when I die, there's no one to pass it on to. No one will want this, but oh, sorry, this is terrible. Do you know what I mean? It's, what do you do when you've got things you've made for your own children, or you've got something special that your grandmother or mother or dad, someone's made something special. What do you do down the track with these things? Have a think about it, let me know. I'd be really intrigued to see what would you do with this now. You know, it's beautifully made. It's, you know, it's a big deal. It's got the tulle underneath. It's probably bought in a fancy shop in the country years ago, but it's very special. Just want to show.